الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Respected elders and brothers behind curtains, mothers and sisters, inshallah today we're going to recite Surah Al-Mu'minun. We started Surah Al-Mu'minun yesterday. Today we're going to finish about 80% of it, finish the surah, and then we will start Surah Al-Nur, and then we will finish Surah Furqan. So 3 surahs we'll touch upon today. So inshallah we'll be finished with 19 juz 1/4, inshallah. So Surah Al-Mu'minun, a very important verse where Allah Azza wa Jal poses a question to all of us in the end of Surah Al-Mu'minun. We heard it many times, but it benefits us to ponder over this verse for a little bit. Allah Azza wa Jal says, أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. That, O mankind, do you think that we created you abath, for no reason, just play and games? وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. And that you will not come back to us, you won't return to us. And there are so many people around the world that actually believe this. We were born for nothing, we were created for nothing, and we will not return to Allah. As the brothers were mentioning yesterday, that atheism is rapidly growing in some parts of the world. 70% of the population, 80%, whatever else it might be, they're all leaning towards atheism. No God, no nothing. And part of the reason is because of the modern living style that we have. We're not connected with the things around us. Because in the Quran, Allah Azza wa Jal tells us to look at our own body, to look at how He brings down water from the sky, and how the plants grow, and how from the plants we get our sustenance. Allah tells us that Islam and believing in Allah is not a myth, is not a story. You just look around you and you will see the existence of Allah Azza wa Jal. If you look into your own body, you will see miracles. If you look around you, right, the lifestyle that we live now, we go to work, we get our money, we go to the supermarket, and we eat food. We're not directly connected with the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal. So it's not something far-fetched, some myth, some stories you have to believe in. It's all around you. You just look at your own creation. And you know, the scientific community, sometimes they don't want to believe that which they don't have proof for. But they all agree in one thing, which is that all life comes from other life. In 1860s, there was a scientist named Louis Pasteur. So the scientific community, they all believed that life can come from nothing. A spontaneous generation, they call it. Life, you and me, they can come from nothing. And the philosophers, they believed that for thousands of years. And so the scientific community believed that too. They went along with it. But there were some scientists who said, no, we can't believe that life just comes from nothing. So the French Academy of Sciences, they said, okay, we're going to put out a prize, some couple of 100 or 1,000 francos or francs, and whoever can prove, give us a definite solution, an answer to this question, to this problem. Where does life come from? Is it possible that life comes from nothing? We will give them that prize. So all different scientists, they set out to prove this. And different scientists has different answers. The scientist that won this was Louis Pasteur. So what he basically did, he took a flask, and on the tip of the flask it was closed, and then there was a funnel that was curved. And so there was some water or some living organism in the container. Nothing grew over there. The only part where bacteria grew was that bend part of the funnel. So he proved that, look, you guys argue that you leave water and life can bacteria come from nothing. It's not possible. Look, in this water, nothing grew there. The only part where life grew, bacteria, was in that funnel, that bent part that was accessible to the air. So if it's connected to air and there's molecules and things like that, only then life can come. Otherwise, if you close, for example, a piece of meat, you leave it in a Ziploc bag, there's no way maggots can grow there. There's no way bacteria can grow there. And from that studies, they all firmly believe, and until now, they all unanimously agree that life cannot just come from anything. Life has to come from another life. They agree and they believe in that, and that's the fact. Until today, no one was able to disprove that. So that's a huge favor to the faith community. Your whole life you've been screaming that life can come from nothing, but you just proved to yourself that life comes from other life. So if you keep going back to the beginning, where did that first life come from? So Allah Azza wa Jal tells us to just ponder and look at our own body, our own creation. And with the advance of science and technology and things like that, we will only discover more and more things that are in the Quran. So this is one question in Surah Al-Mu'minun. Do you think that Allah created for you nothing? Don't think that, don't believe that Allah created you for something and you will be resurrected and you will be returned to Allah Azza wa Jal. So that is Surah Al-Mu'minun. And then Surah Al-Nur, a lot of things in Surah An-Nur, but one recurring theme, important subject in Surah An-Nur is about the privacy of people. We know the incident that happened with Aisha radiallahu anha and the rumor and the accusation and all of that. And then after that incident, Allah follows the verses and He says, "O you who believe, don't enter homes, anybody's house you go to, until you make yourself make your presence felt in that area. Don't just bulge into somebody's house. People have their privacy. Privacy is very important." And towards the end of the surah, Allah instructs that the children, once they grow up, they shouldn't just walk into the bedroom of the parents and vice versa, things like that. So privacy is very important, whether it's in our homes between husband and wife, or children and parents, or whether it's at work between co-workers and authority and employee. It does not matter. That is a very important subject and theme that is mentioned in Surah An-Nur, that we respect other people's personal lives. Matter of fact, one time Umar radiallahu anhu, something was happening in his house and a person came to seek advice from the Prophet, from Umar radiallahu anhu, because he was having a problem in his house. So when he came to Umar radiallahu anhu, he saw that he was having an argument, or he was having a moment with his wife. So this person, he said, "This is not the best time, let me leave." So he was leaving. And then Umar called him, "What's the matter? Why'd you come?" He said, "Umar, I thought that's not a good time. I want to give you privacy. Maybe I'll come another time." He said, No, come, I'll talk to you." So he said, "Look, I'm having issues at home. Can you give me some advice?" So he said, "Listen, the issue that you see me and my wife are having, it's nothing. Because of the huge favors that she does for me. Hiya sitrun bayni wa bayna an-nar. She is the veil, the wall between me and the fire of Jahannam. So I appreciate that you respected my privacy, but since you're here already, let me explain to you the gist of the matter." So that is Surah An-Nur. And then in Surah Al-Furqan, there are other long incidents that did take place, and one was about being careful about who our companions and our friends are. Inshallah, we'll touch on that another time. Allah Azza wa Jal give me all his tawfiq to act upon whatever has been said. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله. استووا واعتدلوا, straight your line. Please fill up the gaps. Off your cell phones, please. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. تبارك الذي جعل في السماء بروجا وجعل فيها سراجا وقمرا منيرا وهو الذي جعل الليل والنهار خلفة لمن أراد أن يذكر أو أراد شكورا وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما والذين يبيتون لربهم سجدا وقياما والذين يقولون ربنا اصرف عنا عذاب جهنم إن عذابها كان غراما إنها ساءت مستقرا ومقاما. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والذين إذا أنفقوا لم يسرفوا ولم يقتروا وكان بين ذلك قواما والذين لا يدعون مع الله إلها آخر ولا يقتلون النفس التي حرم الله إلا بالحق ولا يزنون ومن يفعل ذلك يلقى أثاما يضاعف له العذاب يوم القيامة ويخلد فيه مهانا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
brother Rafiuddin will do $1,000. Brother Abdul Malik $1,000. এখন দিচ্ছে চেক আব্দুল মালিক $1,000 দিয়ে দেন আব্দুল মালিক আব্দুল মালিক এটা সিস্টার দেন আর 137,000